It's day 7 of the CCB, COVID-19 circuit breaker. It's only been a week, but there's already been a lot of changes to what you can and cannot do during this period. Why? Cause Singaporeans damn stubborn lah, keep pretending to bump into friends outside and stand close to others. Y'all really like crowded places, is it? Here are the updates to the CCB that you need to know, okay? Please. Hey, is it got $300 fine now ah? Seriously ah? Yeah, they don't give chance already. First time offenders of circuit breaker measures will be fined $300. Last week still will give warning, but now no more. Repeat offenders will get higher fines or be prosecuted in court for some cases. Walao eh, so serious ah? Yes, we should all take CB seriously. A work pass holder has been permanently banned from working in Singapore after he was caught loitering for an extended period of time. Can I still go to the beach? No. All beaches are now closed. Sentosa's beaches are also closed. Bye beaches. I'm a taxi driver / delivery man / essential worker and I cannot go home to have my meals. I really cannot eat outside ah. Now you can. You can eat at the void decks, benches or in your car. Hawkers can also consume meals at the table in front of their stalls. Just remember to practice social distancing and don't loiter. Wow, the wet markets are quite crowded leh. But I can still go to wet markets, right? Yes, but it is now compulsory to wear a mask. You must wear a mask when you enter wet markets, supermarkets, convenience stores, pharmacies and malls. No mask, no entry. Can my domestic helpers still go out on their rest days? No, they must stay at home. Unless they are going out for essential trips. Let them have their rest days at home, okay? Do I need to wear a mask on public transport? Yes, Kobun Wan say one. You will be reminded by transport ambassadors. Or you know, mask riders. Can I visit someone in the hospital? No. Most patients in hospitals are not allowed to have any visitors during this CCB. Only patients who meet certain criteria are allowed to have one designated caregiver there at a time. This is if it is essential for their well-being or on compassionate grounds. I saw someone having a gathering downstairs my void deck or not following safe distancing guidelines. How can I report them? Bao to kia. You can report it through the One Service app. Please don't report photos that are not yours or forwarded to you through your friends. It might have already been handled and you might make the mata waste another trip there. But maybe before you report, you can go and kindly remind them not to do what they're doing. Don't kena wet can already lah.
It's been exactly 7 days since Singapore began implementing stricter safe distancing measures, otherwise known as a circuit breaker period. Authorities have had to enforce the measures quite stringently, raising penalties after people began flocking to hotspots like parks and wet markets. But was it simply a case of needing more time for the rules to sink in? Charlene hits the streets to find out.
The whole idea is to see whether people are abiding by precautionary measures during this circuit breaker period. So I'll be going to 3 different settings: public transport, a supermarket or a provision shop, as well as a hawker center. And importantly, I have my mask with me, so let's go.
First stop, a small convenience store near the office.
You have to wear a mask when you go into a supermarket or convenience store, for example, but today I'm going to take this off and try to go in one and see if anyone stops me. Now it's pretty quiet in this area, so I think there's also a good chance that I'm going to be the only customer in there.
A shop assistant is on the phone at the entrance, but I slip past. I pick up a few items, and just when I think I'm going to leave without being asked to wear a mask, another store assistant calls me out. Check. With my mask on, I proceed to my next stop, One North MRT station. It's a far cry from what you'd expect at peak hour, and on average, fewer than 10 people board each train that arrives. On board this train, every commuter I see is wearing a mask, which will soon be made compulsory. They're also spaced apart and standing in designated spots. Before long, I arrive at my final destination, Holland Village Station, and make my way through the once bustling area.
The rules also mean that those preparing food have to wear masks as well. So I'm here at this hawker center in Holland Village to see if that's actually being carried out.
All the stall holders I see are masked up. Even those who are taking a break have them on. At dinner time, diners also keep 1 meter apart while in line.
It seems like most people are doing their best to follow the measures, whether it's wearing a mask in certain places or keeping a safe distance. Now, I also think that safe distancing is easier now, perhaps because these spaces are not as crowded as they usually are. But I did talk to some people on why they were following these measures, and most actually said they felt it had to be taken seriously. So for now, it seems like most are trying to do their part.
The Singaporean government calls them floating hotels. These offshore dorms will house Singapore's thousands of migrant workers who in recent days have been seen as the biggest source of COVID-19 infections in the country. Singapore's Minister of Transport, Khaw Boon Wan, believes these floating hotels will help curb the spread of the disease.
Each facility can hold a few hundred occupants and can be suitably organised to achieve safe distancing.
Many say the cramped dormitories currently used across Singapore are hotspots for the spread of coronavirus, with some rooms housing up to 12 people at a time. But these new floating hotels may be to no avail, with human rights groups questioning the use of this kind of contained housing. They say they facilitate the rapid spread of the disease, similar to what was seen on cruise ships. Singapore recorded 233 new cases of coronavirus on Sunday, and the island is now ramping up restrictions. It's following the lead of other countries. It's now put in place a partial lockdown which prohibits people from leaving their homes except in cases of essential activities.
Come avete visto sono appena atterrati 30 tra medici e infermieri qui in Italia che vengono dall'Ucraina. Sono principalmente anestesisti e specializzati in terapia intensiva. Oggi arriva
Tehran's ancient bazaars are the beating heart of this city. The coronavirus means it's beating a little softer these days. With stay-at-home orders still in effect, the call to prayer comes from an empty mosque. The city's bread makers carry on to make sure people have enough to eat.
Our work is easy, we're comfortable, we have no problems. But nobody brings us hand sanitizer, disinfectant or masks. The government brought nothing. We have to pay for it from our own pocket.
COVID-19 has done what for years economic sanctions failed to: bring Iran's economy to a near standstill. Iran's government is looking to breathe life back into businesses as soon as possible. The Grand Bazaar is the symbol of Iran's mercantile tradition, and it really is strange to see this place so empty. On any given day, it's bustling with people buying and selling. Some of the people who Tehran's ancient bazaars are the beating heart of this city. The coronavirus means it's beating a little softer these days. With stay-at-home orders still in effect, the call to prayer comes from an empty mosque. The city's bread makers carry on to make sure people have enough to eat.
Our work is easy, we're comfortable, we have no problems. But nobody brings us hand sanitizer, disinfectant or masks. The government brought nothing. We have to pay for it from our own pocket.
COVID-19 has done what for years economic sanctions failed to: bring Iran's economy to a near standstill. Iran's government is looking to breathe life back into businesses as soon as possible. The Grand Bazaar is the symbol of Iran's mercantile tradition, and it really is strange to see this place so empty. On any given day, it's bustling with people buying and selling. Some of the people who